Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. It is another week in the lovely United Kingdom, and this week, oh boy, do we have something cool. The Lexus RCF. We have been missing you for so many years. One of our favorite wide-body boys, and as you will find out, a very powerful boy. Before we get into that, the Forzathon shop for the week, not too bad. I guess without further ado, let's go unlock the Lexus RCF. Just like that, the BMW M4 across the line. 3 stars across the board. And there it is. The Lexus RCF is officially ours. This is the Lexus RCF. Sitting in the middle of A-Class, so in terms of, like, racing performance, we might be able to do some good stuff to this. Like I said, it's got some pretty cool upgrades, which we will come back to in a moment, but for now, 470 horsepower, almost 400 foot-pounds of torque, almost 4,000 pounds. As this thing is a big old V8, though, please don't give me some generic V8 sound. Never mind. You do you, Forza. I will be honest, based off first impressions alone, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but you know what? Instead of just driving it around, why don't we go and start this off with a little race? Unbeatable difficulty. How hard can it be to pilot a boat around this circuit against the AI while sharing some fun facts about the Lexus RC wheel spin? For those of you who don't know, the Lexus RCF is the most powerful Lexus that they make, if you ignore the Lexus LFA. The Lexus RCF actually took over the factory where the Lexus LFA was actually made. For example, like all of the carbon fiber on this vehicle is all out of the exact same factory where they made everything for the Lexus LFA. Not to mention as well, the Lexus RCF is actually filled up with so many gadgets. You can already see on the dashboard, we've got a G meter that's just following along with our driving. It is super cool. I will be honest, that's about where the good things end for the Lexus RCF. If you go out and you want to buy a Lexus RCF, it's going to cost you $100,000. If you ask me, though, if you want to go out and you want to buy a big old V8-powered rear-wheel drive muscle car filled up with technology, why wouldn't you buy a Ford Mustang GT? A Ford Mustang GT has, I am not even joking, 7 horsepower less than the Lexus RCF. You could buy 3 Ford Mustangs or 1 Lexus RCF. Who in their right mind would spend $100,000 on this thing when you could get a Ford Mustang and get basically all the same performance as this? Or if you want something a bit fancier, buy a BMW M4. Also, not to mention in terms of Forza Horizon, as you might have been able to tell right there, it's definitely not the easiest thing to drive. I will be honest, not all hope is lost for the big bad Lexus RCF, because although, yeah, maybe in stock form, it's not the best vehicle out there. We got our V8 with almost 500 horsepower. We can swap in a little bit of a better V8, a 6.21 with 500 horsepower. We can toss in a V10. Those engine swaps are pretty normal. You know what's not normal, though? A big ol' Lexus LFA V10. Already know we're tossing that thing in. Oh boy, we'll keep it rear wheel drive for now. I think we'll start this off with a race car, I guess. We'll aim for the top of S1 class and see what happens with that. Wide body we go. That is not where we're gonna stop things. Rocket bunny wing. How cool is that? Unfortunately, though, we don't get any wheel spacers. That sucks. We definitely need some race brakes, as you probably were able to tell in that first race. Stopping was definitely an issue for us, so we will get that tossed on. Yo, race suspension. Look at that fitment. That is already so sick. drift suspension. Even better. For the moment, though, we're gonna stick with our race car strategy. Like I was saying, the best thing of them all, weight reduction. We're 3,900 pounds. This has got to remove over 1,000 pounds. 800? That's not bad, but we're still gonna be a pretty heavy race car, that's for sure. This is gonna be one of the best sounding cars in this game now. We've got 900 horsepower. We are super lightweight. That is what I'm talking about. Lexus does do some things right, and their paints for their cars look goddamn incredible. Like this blue, awesome. The red is so deep. The orange. Why are there not more orange cars? They look sick. But I love this color. That is so sick. Let me just make this actually a little bit cooler. Let's give this thing some carbon fiber wing mirrors, because that's always cool. Rear wing, you know what? Let's make... never mind. Our rims are already black. Tint up the windows. Thank you very much. And I think we are ready to go. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, though. Is it okay if I just make the rest of the video like this? Oh my god! The Lexus LFA is the best sounding V10 in the world, and that's the end of the conversation. Lexus RCF, how well have we done? Hopefully that big rear wing will keep us planted. I love the Rocket Bunny kit on this thing, though. It is so cool. Yo, AI's running. All right, well, it wanted to pretend it was a Mustang. We'll let it have that one. I think what we're realizing is the Lexus RCF, even after all of our upgrades, obviously very early impressions, but is still a pain to drive. Zoom with all of your horsepower. It's 900 horsepower. How am I not overtaking absolutely everybody? That's my question. We're at least making it a little bit through the pack. Okay, we might be learning how to drive the Lexus RCF. We're not learning how to drive the Lexus RCF. That wasn't the best first impression that the car could make. That's for sure. Let's go back to the festival, and I will break all of the rules of real-life car modification, but I'm gonna try to make the RCF drivable. I definitely need all-wheel drive. That is just a must for this thing. I'm gonna take the tire compound down one notch so we can keep our horsepower in the car, and I'm basically gonna rely on this thing to just be super fast. Now with our upgrades, we've got a little bit more horsepower. We weigh a little bit more, but this hopefully should be significantly easier to drive now. Attempt number 2 for the Lexus RCF. If this doesn't work now, then all hope is lost for this thing. We've got 900 horsepower. I've got to go zoom on the... Get out of my way! The RCF, even with all of our weight reduction mods and everything like that, it's still so heavy. Unbelievably heavy. What a move! Damn it, you see the problem every time. The Lexus RCF is a depressing vehicle. I know this one's from 2015, so I wonder if it got better in real life since this version of the car, but I'm not sure. I think we can all agree that the Lexus RCF is a terrible race car. This thing, for it to be a good race car, you've got to strip everything out of it. It's just I've never had a car that understeers so much with both rear wheel and all-wheel drive. And it's so difficult to drive properly. If this car wants to be a big, understeery, undrivable race car, I will treat it as such, which means say goodbye to all-wheel drive. This is gonna become a drift car. I know I could swap in the V12, the big Lamborghini V10, or even another V8, but I think we gotta do this properly. When you're given the option of a Lexus LFA engine, if you don't take the Lexus LFA engine, you're doing something wrong. I need regular old tires, that'll work. thin them down a little bit. Of this thing, if I toss 20-inch rims on, look at that tuck on the rear wheels. That is so I'm gonna do it. It would be terribly uncomfortable. I can now finally get my drift suspension onto this. Oh my god. That fitment is unbelievable. I am feeling brave. This is gonna be a 1,200 horsepower. Okay, almost 1,300 horsepower. We are still a heavy boy, but now we have significantly less grip for being able to slide around. Really gonna work. Yup, so I think we've all discovered what the Lexus RCF was built to do. Oh my god. What? Oh my god, the Lexus RCF is a beast. Okay, it's still heavy, but look at us go. We went off the circuit. And we still get 80,000 points. Let's try to not drive off the road. This time, that would probably be a good thing. If I can hold it around there, that is insane. The Lexus RCF. Unbelievable vehicle for drifting. Like I said, it's not gonna get any personal bests. But just as a car, that puts a smile on your face. 10 out of 10. Is there anything that could really put a smile on your face? More than that. I don't think so. The Lexus RCF may be a big, heavy, undrivable, fake American muscle car. But does it put a smile on your face? Yes, it does. Forza, I hope to see some more wide bodies like this in the future because they are super, super cool. We do not have enough of them. And I think this Lexus shows off how cool these things can really be.